Hey folks, I have not streamed in God knows when, and I'm about to go do some old content for transmoggy purposes. So I need to head back to Pandaland so I can port over to go do Black Temple. I have not ever done Black Temple in this character, so yeah. There's a cool gun out of there that I kind of want. I do Black Temple all the freaking time on my Warrior and my Death Knight, so here's hoping it's not going to be that much harder. I've honestly not really played my Hunter since Vanilla. It was my original raiding character back then. And I don't know, the nostalgia of Draenor has gotten me back into playing the Hunter again. It's hopefully going to be my third 100. I've got my DK and my Warrior up to 100. This guy is 96 at this point. Once I get finished with this madness, I'll probably head out to Spires of Arak and do that wonderful stuff. Because I finally got my Exarch faction high enough to be able to get the trinket whenever I ding 100, and now I want to work on my Arakoa faction so I can get that trinket when I ding 100. All in the name of raising my gear score just high enough to start doing the LFR. Plan is to go do Black Temple and then go do Sunwell. Maybe, just maybe, I will have gotten enough pieces from both of those to get a tier 6 set. But what I'm really after is there's two weapons that drop in Black Temple that are pretty sweet looking. It's a long flight out to Shadow Moon. I have to say I greatly like the newer Shadow Moon better. The old Shadow Moon's kind of a hellhole. This could get interesting. I have a kitten playing behind my monitor. Here's hoping she doesn't knock a bunch of shit off. Normally she just lays down on a blanket that I've got up on one of my CPUs. It's one that's not even turned on right now. It used to be a web server. Apparently she wants to hide behind one of my monitors. Oh wow, I've not actually even been out this way on my hunter. So here's hoping that I can just zone in and I don't need to do any of the precursor crap, because this will be a real short stream if that's the case. I think they removed all of that. Folks in guild just did Tarlna, and apparently some of them got loot. I have yet to do either of the raid bosses in Draenor. Mostly because the gear's not an upgrade from normal loot, and I've had decent enough luck with normal loot. It sits somewhere between LFR High Mall and normal High Mall. Okay. So we are now in Black Temple. This place was pure hell back in the day. Like, I can remember the first time we came in here and pulled this pack right here. We wiped so freaking hard. We were not ready for how hard everything hit. I really don't care about much in here, so I'm just gonna skip as much as I can. I do, however, want to set myself to turn off auto loot so I can pick up only the things I care about. I run a lot of old raids, partially for nostalgia and partially because it's still good money. It's not spectacular money, but I mean, I'll get 500 to 1,000 per raid, and I enjoy what I'm doing, and the hell, I mean, might as well. Can I jump up there? There we go. I mean, there's a lot of ways I could make money, but I'm not exactly swimming in cash, and 500 gold's still good money to me. Yeah, so that stuff dies pretty quickly. Yeah, that was over quickly. And we got boots, but I think they're the shaman boots. I honestly don't know what set that is. I'd have to look it up. Barrage is absolutely overpowered. Back in the day, we used to full clear this room for the chance it dropped epics, but there's really not any point, so I am just going to go on up to the boss. And if anybody is wondering, the pet I am running is Arctis. I think it's Arcturus, the spirit beast bear out of Grizzly Hills. I only have a couple of spirit beasts, but as I'm leveling his beast mastery, I am a big fan of having a tanky bear. Used to always use bears for tank pets and cats for DPS pets. And he's down. Male belt. I don't know what set that matches. Based on the color, I'm guessing the boots I got earlier match the hunter set, and that belt matches maybe the shaman set. The worst part about Black Temple is just how freaking big it is. The gems are not bad for picking up, because they're 5 gold apiece. I could be picking up greens, but they're really not worth the bag space. Since my goal in here is just to pick up the epics. There's so many of them. This goes way faster on a melee since you don't have to worry about cast timers. Although barrage is still pretty overpowered. Drip piece. And now all the Ash Tongue, the Fallen Draenei, get happy at me. And they no longer attack me. There's a certain order in which you have to clear the bosses to unlock the next sections. So after Kama, you come up here into Gorfine's area. I think there's 2 bosses in here. And this first one ends up being pretty much the roadblock for a lot of people. The second phase ends up dealing just a shit ton of damage to players because it has like a reflected damage buff, I think, if I'm remembering it correctly. I know when I soloed it previously, it was always the dicey one. If I could out self-heal the damage coming in. But thankfully with a pet, should be no problem because, you know, I have pet heals. And pet heals are awesome. I really do need to look up what the popular transmoggy bits from Burning Crusade are as far as greens go, because I am probably throwing away a couple thousand gold in transmoggables. I don't know why anyone would want vanilla or BC era transmog stuff that's not raid sets, because The greens were ugly as shit. Maybe they look better on female models, I don't know. It's like, I know there's a lot of weird, off-colored chainmail, but it looks so freaking low resolution that I just can't stand it. Okay, ignore me. I guess the hard encounter is later. This was really hard back in the day, because it essentially involved your raid. Every so often, one of your raid members would get a debuff that would put them into the shadows. And there were mobs that they had to DPS down. And if they didn't, you would frickin' wipe the raid. So this was the great equalizer fight, because if you brought people in here that didn't know what they were doing, they would straight up kill your raid, because for some reason, it seems to always pick the people that don't know what to do. Okay, those are most definitely matching. I just have to run all the way back. I guess I could cheat and throw on pack, but I don't have the glyph that doesn't daze me. It's not like anything in here can really harm me. Just gotta remember to turn it off. My bars are really not set up well, because I went basically 4 expansions without playing this character any significant amount of time. But if you are farming this place and you do not have access to a mount, once you get to, I guess, neutral, once you kill a comma, you can come over here and use this vendor to sell stuff at. That's pretty much smack dab in the middle between the wings. Just gonna drag everything around. Okay, so this back in the day was a really tough fight. There's 3 phases. Between each phase, there is a heal, essentially. You've got to kill all these ads and each one heals you. So I will let all the ads pool up, and my dumb pet will keep attacking. Yeah, so each one of these is basically healing me almost 50,000. This is the tough one. It probably won't live long enough to see why it's tough, but... No, it didn't. Essentially, I think it casts a debuff on you that echoes back damage to yourself. But probably if you're trying to do this on a sub 90, you will encounter issues with that second phase. Or at least I did back at like 80 when I was doing this. Pretty much breeze through at 90, and then at 100 they just straight melt. I left pack on. Funny. I guess stuff just kind of disappeared on me. Fortunately, I don't have enough focus for barrage. There you go. And now it's wasted. That's a high to laziness, not taking pack off, even though it's gonna daze me. Need to get my inscriptionist to make that glyph for me that makes pack not daze. As you can, there's just silly amounts of trash in here, but most of it you can skip.
Business or pleasure? Don't be shy. I wasn't
Going with my emotion.
finished.
There we go. Sweet. Okay, shoulders. Hoping to get a full tier 6 set out of here. Well, I'll have to go do the Mountain Hydral fight too to get parts of it, but maybe I will luck out and get the lookalikes. Just got 2 fights left. The Illidari Council and Illidan. This one should be actually really easy with Barrage. Sweet, legs as well. So I just need the chest out of here. Forgot to talk to Akama. And for those who are playing through Draenor but did not play through BC, this is the same Akama that you are running around with in Draenor on the Alliance side. He is Exarch Akama then, but this is what turns into him if Draenor goes to hell. It's kind of interesting though, because like he seems like he's a shaman in BC era, but he's definitely a paladin in Warlords era. Or at least he looks like a paladin. Again, all Draenei Exarchs kind of look the same. I was always disappointed that we didn't get his Kama as a drop. It's a pretty badass looking. I would totally rock those on my enhancement shaman. And I went up the wrong side.
Be wary, friends. The betrayer meditates in the court just beyond.
Come on, Illidan.
Akama, your duplicity is hardly surprising. I should have slaughtered you and your malformed brethren long ago.
We've come to end your reign, Illidan. My people and all of Outland shall be free.
Boldly said, but I remain unconvinced.
The time has come.
5,
The moment
4,
is at hand.
3, 2,
You are not prepared.
You know, I might want to turn off pack for this one.
I'll deal with these mongrels.
I will not be touched by a rebel such as you. Flames of Athena.
Now watch. One of the, okay, so last several times I've run, Sunwell on my warrior, that legendary is dropped. In fact, last 2 weeks in a row, it's a ranged legendary, and I've been trying to get the main hand out of here. So watch, as soon as I down Illidan, the main hand is going to drop because this guy can't really use it anymore.
Is this it, mortals? Is this all the fury you can muster?
Their fury pales before mine. We have some unsettled business between us.
Myers, how is it even possible?
Ah, my long hunt is finally over. Today, justice will be done. It's finished. You are beaten.
Without the hunt, you are nothing.
He is right. I feel nothing.
Sweet. Okay. Oh, nice. I got the bow. Did not get the pistol or the gun I wanted, but I'll take the bow. The bow's pretty sweet looking. That may become my new transmog. Okay. Now I am going to hearth back out. Could summon my mount and repair, but let's go over here to the engineer guy since I need to sell a bunch of stuff anyway. Like each of those tokens is worth 5 gold apiece, which isn't bad. Let's see, I don't need that, don't need that. Keep the mail, keep the mail. Okay, that is probably not the one that matches. Oh well. I'll keep it anyway. Okay, so I got 3 tokens out of there. So whenever I finally make a Taijul, I'll be able to buy those. Sell off all of these gems, each one's 5 gold. Okay. Onwards to Sunwell. Okay, so to get to Sunwell, the fast route is to come over here and take this portal to the Isle of Quel de Nas. If you're wondering why I keep going back to Pandaria, it's because I bind in Pandaria, because there's portals to everything there. Okay, so I have to jump down, take some damage. Again, for sake of speed, I'm going to clear as little as possible in Sunwell. I'm going to see if what I did last night will actually work. I was in here last night on my warrior, and I just ran to the first boss, pulling everything along with me. And there's a good spot right before the first boss where you can kind of gather it all up and burn it down. So hopefully I will not get dismounted. Because essentially, the stuff following me will end up aggroing a lot of stuff. I have the positive side effect of having run all this content when it was legit, so I kind of know my way around. Basically, you run in and up here, then you'll cross a bridge, kind of go into that middle area, but we gotta take this long route around to get to it. So right here is where I will make my stand. And honestly, wow, there's just fire fiends all along that way. Yeah, sun motes are worth picking up. They stack. Sure. Just checking messages real quick.
Challenge me and you will be destroyed.
Now we're gonna get sucked into the shadow world.
Your misery is my delight. I'm never on the losing side.
Sweet, an embracer.
You're dead. Once we have triumphed over Kill Jaden, this entire world will be in your debt as well.
There is no time to waste.
There's information to be had before this devil meets his fate. Where is Onthena, demon? What has become of Kalik?
Unfortunately, Sunwell has like twice as much RP as it actually takes to kill any of the bosses.
You will tell me where they are.
Your magic is weak.
Watch Madragosa get her ass handed to her.
I grow weary of asking.
I will crush.
Malagos, my lord, I did my best.
And we will get knocked back.
But I still await a true challenge.
Because he's going to break the ice barrier. Whee! Okay. So, I do not know how well my pet is going to handle this drop, so I'm going to desummon the pet and then resummon it. And a belt. Nice. Now we have to wait for Madragosa to resurrect as Felmist. I mean, obviously, all of these timers were put in here back when, you know, raids had to recover after that fight. Now the mist will come in and hit Madragosa, making her an evil, evil dragon. See it affecting her now. And there we go. Hi, Felmist.
Glory to kill Jaden. Death to all who oppose.
It's perhaps one of the worst fights in here because it would straight up wipe your raid, and if you got hit by the Felmist, it would cause you to lose control, and we're not even going to make it to that phase. Come on, boots, 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 sweet. Okay, so I've got my 3 set pieces out of here. Anything else is gravy.
Madragosa deserved a far better.
Gotta wait for this RP to be over, and then we run upstairs.
Is far from over.
Okay, so he cleared the way through the firewall. And all these ads spawn, none of which drop anything. They're just a nuisance. Unfortunately, that hunter's mark will be on me at this entire raid. Still got 2 minutes, and we should be done by then, maybe. I don't know. At the very least, we'll be through this boss in the next one.
Misery, depravity, confusion, hatred, mistrust, chaos. These are the hallmarks. These are killers. Sacrilege!
Oh, cool, another bow. That one's really sweet looking. Apparently this game wants me to run a bow instead of a gun. Okay, so there's absolutely nothing around that way. So we just go up this ramp here. And that will take us to the second to last boss, Sunwell. I don't know what the hell buff that is. He's immune to most types of damage, so awesome. And it finally wore off. Okay, Muru. This fight can get a little tricky because, okay, so he's got two phases. There's this phase and then there's another phase. And when he goes into the second form, do not attack him until all the ads spawn. Otherwise, you'll get locked in this room because you can flat up kill him before the ads spawn. Just to make sure I'm putting my pet on passive. Okay, so let them run into the room. And now the barrier fades. Otherwise, that barrier stays up the entire time. Still a really cool sword. kill Jaden up from the floor.
The expendable have perished. So be it. Now I shall succeed where Sargeras could not. I will lead this wretched warrior and secure my place.
Actually taken way longer to go down than I expected him to.
The end has come. Let the unraveling of this world commence.
Okay, let's see what toys we get.
I serve only the master now.
DPS mail, helm, so that's 2 pieces of the Sunwell set. Sadly, no legendary bow. Okay, so back to Shat.
Goodbye, Athena, my love.
Once again, go upstairs, hit the portal to take me to Shatrath. Okay, this time you want to exit the central area of Shatrath towards the Flight Master. So we're going to fly over top of that and go down to this building right behind it. And I got my directions off. So this building, that's a tunnel out. Okay, so we want to talk to Zephyr. And apparently I don't have enough faction to do this crap. Okay, so yeah, I guess I will take the long way. Don't even remember what faction that was that required it. Okay, let me think for a second. What's the fastest way there? I do not think I did enough Oldham to open that portal. I might have though. Let's go check that. If not, I'm taking the boat, which is gonna suck. Sweet, I do have the portal open. Okay, so take the port to Oldham, which will get us close to the Caverns of Time. much you can say to make a trip across the desert interesting. It's definitely could be easier in Phase 2, because I normally do this on melee characters. And the second area of Mount Hyjal has a lot of flying critters, which are always a pain in the butt to take down. But with a hunter, that should go really quickly. This is the person that you buy all the gear from, and should probably sell, so don't run out of bag space. Okay, start this event. Come over here and talk to Lady Jaina Proudmoore.
All I ever wanted was to study.
And then I run, engage the mobs instead of waiting for them to come in here. Because they spawn here around the corner. So it'll take me a couple times to get right up on top of the spawn. So yeah, he's just gonna chain stun me, isn't he? But my pet persevered. Only one epic off him? What the hell? The worst part is that I have to keep going back to Jaina to start this up each time.
I'm trying to think here.
Hold them back as long as possible.
You are defenders of a doomed world. Flee here, and perhaps you will prolong your pathetic lives. The clock is still ticking.
Okay, now we go back to talk to Jaina, and then the undead overwhelm this place. And we go on to the Horde camp.
All I ever wanted was to study.
We have won valuable time. Now we must pull back.
You exit out the other way. If you have a gem crafter, or a miner, actually, you can mine these for the same kind of gems that drop, otherwise they're like 5 gold apiece. They're scattered throughout this path. They were a real boost back in the day, though, because it let guilds stock up on the gems to cut for their raiders. Okay, so just like you talk to Jaina, you talk to Thrall to kick this off, and it'll be same thing. 8 waves and then a boss. But because there are flyers that show up, I do not run up on these packs. And as such, this phase takes about a bit longer. Okay, now the frustrating thing. Going off and finding all these freaking gargoyles. Because they don't fly in through the front gate, they fly in along the backside. How many this will actually get? Okay, so we got 2 left. God, this is way easier. So what I'm learning today is that hunters are just absolutely OP at farming PvE content. And time to track down more gargoyles. This time we have 6.
Your meaningless lies.
About damn time. These waves go so much slower. And just like before, we have to go back to Thrall to start up the next wave.
Loktar, friend. What is it you wish? I always leave the Taurens last because they're freaking badasses and they'll take stuff down on for you. Back in the day, you would like pick up the ads and then drag them to the camps, and then they would assist you. As long as you held aggro, they would just do straight damage on them. Necros and Banshees. There was a time when we had the freaking spawns for these waves memorized. Sweet, a all melee pack. And then we get the boss, and then we can move on to the final boss.
Abandon all hope. The Legion has returned to finish.
And hopefully he drops me some gloves.
So many years ago. This time, there will be no escape.
Nope. Shit, no gloves. So I will be missing one piece for a full transmog set. Which I guess, well, okay. It depends on if the helm drops. As I may have to run this place another time or two to get those two pieces. Or if I get the look-alike, I don't care. I always get slightly lost in the Horde camp. There are lots of areas that kind of look like the exit. That was a further jump than I thought it was. I can survive that on my warrior. I apparently cannot survive it on a hunter. Then again, I might have jumped when I got to the bottom, which didn't deal the damage, now that I think about it. think this is the one I need to take. I'm not sure though. Yep, it is. And we're done. Now we wait for the RP. As all the wisps come in and kill Jaden. Not kill Jaden, Archimond. I did get the helm, so all I need is the gloves. I suppose there's a port around here. And then I'll just hold on to this stupid thing until I get to the next. That's the thing I am remembering about the olden days, is the fact that Blizzard did not realize that all instances need an exit. Not that they have exits currently in all of them, but man, it sure would be nice if they all had exits. Anyway, I think I'm going to close this off here, and thanks for joining me on this little farm mission. I didn't do too shabby. I am missing a pair of gloves, but I do have all the other pieces and 3 pieces of the Sunwell set and 2 bows. So, not at all a bad run. Yep, see you next time.